Welcome to Education Munnade. In this video, we are going to discuss Social Science SSLC Model Question Paper from Karnataka School Examination and Assessment Board. Let's go to first main. First main is about multiple choice questions. First question. The Governor General who integrated Punjab into the British Empire was option A. Wellesley, option B. Dalhousie, option C. Cornwallis, and option D. Warren Hastings. And answer is option B. Dalhousie. Let's go to next question. Government of India Act of 1935 acted as the base for the formation of the Constitution of India because option A. It formed a federal system. Option B. It created a separate electoral college. Option C. It established diarchy at provinces. Option D. It promised to improve local self-governments. And answer is option A. It provided a federal system. Next question number 3. India is now recognized as 5th largest economic power in the world because of its option A. Policy of non-alignment. Option B. Globalization and liberalization policy adopted in 1911. Option C. Support for disarmament. And option D. Opposition to imperialism. And answer is option B. According to Citizens Rights Protection Act of 1976, option A. Practice of untouchability is a punishable offence. Option B. Special responsibilities to the state government to practice untouchability. Option C. Universal voting powers to all. And option D. Right to equality to all citizens. As you know, the answer is option A. Practice of untouchability is a punishable offence. Question number 5. There was a protest against the MRPL 2. Option A. Protect the environment by the chemical fumes from the oil refinery. Option B. Protest against the permission given to chop down the trees. Option C. Protest against the exploitation of women. And option D. Protest against the construction of dam across Narmada river. And answer for this question is option A. Protect the environment by the chemical fumes from the oil refinery. Next, 6th question. The large physiographic division of India is option A. Northern Great Plains. Option B. Peninsular Plateaus. Option C. Himalayan mountains. And option D. Coastal plains and islands. Answer is option B. Peninsular Plateaus. Next, 7th question. The income and wealth of the country should be distributed equally to all without any discrimination. It is option A. Social justice. Option B. Political justice. Option C. Secular justice. And option D. Judicial justice. Answer is option A. Social justice. Question number 8. And last question of the first main. Suhas bought an LED TV for rupees 68,000 from a shop, but within the warranty period it stopped working. The shopkeeper did not respond for the warranty and complaint. Now Suhas has to file a complaint at. Options are option A. District Commission. Option B. State Commission. Option C. Taluk Commission. And option D. National Commission. So Suhas need to file a complaint at District Commission. Option A. Let's move to next main. Answer the following questions in a sentence each. Question number 9. Maintenance of army became easy for the English by subsidiary alliance. How? Answer is due to the impacts of subsidiary alliance system. Next question. Why did Adolf Hitler organize an outfit called Brown Shirts? Answer is this is to create unrest and fear in the minds of people. Question number 11. What is the main reason for sub-regionalism? The main reason is regional imbalance. Question number 12. What is prejudice? Prejudice is the opinion a person forms about another person or community even before he gets to know about them. Next question. Which metal is known as the wonder metal of 20th century? Aluminium. 14th question. Why is petroleum called liquid gold? because this is very precious in both during peace and war. Hence, it is called liquid gold. 15th question. Give 2 examples for direct tax. Examples are income tax, corporate tax, wealth tax, stamp duty, and etc. 16th question. Who is an entrepreneur? Entrepreneur is an innovator of new ideas and businesses. Let's go to next main. Answer the following questions in 2 or 4 sentences or points each. Question number 17. Mention the armed forces of the central government which maintains law and order. The armed forces are CRPF, Central Reserve Police Force, BSF, Border Security Force, RPF, Railway Protection Force, and CISF, Central Industrial Security Force. Here there is also next question or mention the steps taken by the India to tackle the challenge of terrorism. Special Force of National Investigation Agency NIA. India strongly opposes terrorism within India and in foreign soil. Global cooperation to counter terrorism. Created AITS anti-terrorist squad. Intelligence agencies like IB, Intelligence Bureau, RA, Research and Analysis Wing. A financial intelligence unit has been set up. India signifies its supports on the global fight against all forms of terrorism. Use of defense force. These are all the points. Next, 18th question. What are the ill effects of dowry system? The ill effects of dowry system are diminishes women's self-respect, leads to domestic conflicts, creates inequality between men and women, increase immorality, increase violence, family relationships suffer, child marriage, female infanticide, rise in number of divorces, subjective violence, torture and murder. Or what are the causes for child labor? The main causes are poverty, domestic conflicts, divorce, domestic violence, excessive control, greed of industrialists, illiteracy, kidnapping of children and pledging them to these works. What are the contributions of Sri Narayana Guru Dharma Paripalana Yogam? Answer is, this movement aimed at strengthening the backward and exploited communities. One caste, one religion, one God for human beings was the basic idea of Sri Narayana Guru. He built alternative temples for the backward communities as they were denied entry into temples. Started Vaikom Satyagraha movement in 1924, which demanded entry for lower caste people in Shiva temple at Vaikom. Next, Gandhiji and Periyar, the architects of self-respect movement, participated in this. The Satyagraha for entry of untouchables and Guruvayur temple was a major incident. Formation of Andhra Pradesh based on language was inevitable to the Indian government. Why? India had many princely states. Each state had its own language. Linguistic formation of states was needed. Desire for linguistic formation of states was intense. These are all the points. Potti Sri Ramulu went on a fast unto death satyagraha for 58 days. Potti Sri Ramulu died in 1952. Demanded the formation of Vishala Andhra state. Demand became much more severe. Government formed Justice Fazal Ali Commission in 1953. Fazal Ali was the chairman, K.M. Panikar and H.N. Kunjru were the members. In 1953, Andhra Pradesh became the first state to be formed based on the language. State Reorganization Act came into force in 1956. Accordingly, 14 states, 6 union territories were formed in the country. Explain how forest plays an important role in the life of human. See, these are the main points for how it plays an important role. First, it provides pure air, food and fodder to the fodder. It brings good rainfall. It controls soil erosion. It shelters house for animals and birds. It has many medicinal plants and are found in abundance. It attracts tourists. It provides employment opportunities, it controls ecological balance, protects biodiversity, provides forest products, and increase fertility of soil. Next, 22nd question. Indian agriculture is gambling with monsoon winds. Justify. Answer is, climatic condition of a country has great influence on its economy. These southwest monsoons control the agriculture of India. Agriculture is the main occupation of Indians. Failure of rainfall leads to drought, where when the monsoons are heavy, there are floods. They also cause the destruction of life and property. Also, rainfall is uncertain and unevenly distributed. Hence, it is said that Indian agriculture is gamble with monsoons. 23rd question. Write the importance of public finances. Public finance manages according to fiscal policy. Public finance is managed the process of nation, equal distribution of wealth and income in all sections, maximizing production, ensuring balanced growth, eradicating poverty, reduce unemployment, financial stability, raising economic development, welfare of all citizens, and control in the economic crisis. 24th question. Why is March 15 celebrated as World Consumers Day? On that day, means March 15th, the President John F. Kennedy gave the American consumers 4 basic rights: the right to safety, the right to choose, the right to information, the right to be heard. For this reason, March 15 of every year is celebrated as the World's Consumer Day. Next, 4th main. Answer the following questions in 6 sentences or points each. Question number 25. Explain the role of Annie Besant in social reformation movement and Indian freedom struggle. Annie Besant started activities of Theosophical Society in India and gave it new vitality. She aroused pride in Indian culture through her lectures. She attempted to establish equality, universal brotherhood and harmony in society. Annie Besant gave her full support to the freedom struggle. She started a newspaper called New India. In 1916, she started Home Rule movement. She was the president of the Congress session in 1917. She contributed immensely to the Indian philosophy and the independence struggle. Or there is also next question. Explain the role of Bal Gangadhar Tilak in the freedom struggle. Tilak was an extremist, opposed the partition of Bengal, started Swadeshi movement. Tilak declared, Swaraj is my birthright and I will get it at any cost. The main aim was to get India independent. Prepared people for freedom struggle, started religious functions to organize Indians, started Ganesha, Shivaji and Durga festivals, published Kesari, Maratha newspaper, wrote articles in newspapers. He was imprisoned for his revolutionary articles. He wrote Gita Rahasya in the jail. Next, 26th question. What are the uses of GPS? The uses of GPS are in assessing the geographical position of natural calamities and helping for trekkers to know the exact location and routes, used by soldiers, pilots, fishermen and sailors. GPS shows correct path and direction. Transport system uses the GPS to manage the movement. GPS is the lifeline for many services at their door in the cities. GPS shows the path to Google Maps. Or next optional question. What are the effects of cyclones? They are very destructive. They cause large scale deaths, destroy crops, damage transport links, affect electricity supply, affect daily life, leads to infectious diseases. Cyclone hit areas get totally changed, leading to huge casualties. These are the effects of cyclones. Next, 27th question. Justify how India achieved overall development during 5-year plans. India achieved overall development during 5-year plans by growth in national income, rise in per capita income and progress in agriculture, growth in industry and service sector, by self-sufficiency in food grain productions and increase in employment opportunities, poverty elevations, progress in science and technology, increase the literacy rate and life expectancy, rate of infant mortality and postnatal mortality has reduced, exports to foreign countries, process of infrastructure and facilities, inclusive growth. There is an optional question. Justify how Panchayat Raj institutions play a prominent role in the rural development. By providing basic facilities, example roads, drains, drinking water, street lights, toilets, schools, hospital buildings, market yards, etc. And by encouraging primary education, encouraging middle school education, encouraging adult education, means overall encouraging education, and providing technical and vocational training, by expansion of health facilities, by public distribution system in villages, development of rural and cottage industries, MGN REGS program for development, providing housing schemes like Indira Awas Yojana and creating more employment opportunities, development of agriculture, improving the standard of living of people, and by extending irrigation facilities, land reforms, providing basic facilities, and development of agriculture related activities, provide basic facilities, encourage the food processing units, and converting the raw materials produced by the farmers into finishing goods and its goods in the village itself. These are all the points. Enumerate some of these in this exam. Question number 28. Having a bank account is advantageous how? Bank account facilitates safe custody of money. It helps in making payments, helps in collection of money, get advances and loans, and it also helps in smooth financial transactions like using phone pay or Google Pay when doing online transactions. And bank account holders can get safe deposit locker facility. Account fits that your there are so many types of account which fits your needs, and we can also transfer money if required. Entrepreneurs play an important role in the country's economy. How? Entrepreneurs promote capital formation, the idle saving of citizens. They use resources for setting up their own enterprise, provide large-scale employment to artisans, technically qualified persons and professionals, help the country to increase gross domestic product, means GDP, and per capita income, encourage effective mobilization of skills, bringing new products and services, and develop market for the growth of economy, enable the people to avail better quality goods at lower price, which result in the improvement of their standard of living. They promote development of industries. They help to remove regional disparities by industrializing rural and backward areas. Entrepreneurs contribute towards the development of society by reducing concentration of income and wealth. Entrepreneurs promote country's export rate and work in an environment of changing technology and try to maximize profits by innovations. These are all the points about how they play an important role in economy. Next question. Differentiate between the permanent zamindari system and Rotwari. First, farmers became the landowner. Next, benefited the farmers. The system benefited the farmers. Tiller of the land was recognized as the owner. To pay 50% of produce as land tax to the company government. Next, introduced by Alexander Reed and Thomas Munnade in 1972. Introduced at Baramahal, Madras and Mysore. As for zamindari system, zamindar became the landowner, benefited the zamindars to pay the agreed land taxes to the company on set date every year. Farmers suffered severely and exploited. Introduced by Lord Cornwallis in 1973, introduced in Bengal, Bihar, Odisha and Andhra Pradesh. Next, question number 30. Battle of Plassey was the first step to the British to establish their power in India. Substantiate the statement. This war brought out the immorality, brought out lack of unity among the Indians and the greed of Indian businessmen, captured and killed Sirajud-Dowla. Mir Jafar became the Nawab of Bengal. The company gained exclusive rights to trade in Bengal. Mir Jafar had to pay rupees 17 crores and 70 lakhs Mir Jafar became a puppet in the hands of British. Mir Jafar became a victim of the company and its employees. Next question number 31. The Indian government has taken many measures to eradicate gender discrimination. Justify this statement. In 2014, the Supreme Court gave a landmark judgment regarding the gender minority. Based on this judgment, the central and state government have taken several initiatives. They are as follows. The Government of India has enacted the Protection of Rights of Transgender Minority Protection Act in 2019. It has been declared a punishable offence that no one can separate transgender persons from their families and force them to leave their homes, communities and villages. Government of India under the Ministry of Empowerment and Justice has implemented a sub-project Integrated Rehabilitation for the Welfare Gender Minority Persons under SMILE, means Support for Marginalized Individuals for Livelihood and Enterprise scheme. Under this scheme, a National Council for Gender Minority Persons has been formed. A national portal for transgender has been created. Shelter house named Garima Griha are being constructed. Next, 32. How are organized workers different from unorganized workers? See, organized workers work in organized sectors. There is organizational hierarchy, enjoy facilities of specialization, guided by rules and regulations, get fixed wages, pays taxes, get medical facility, subject to specific terms and conditions. They have specific hours of work, pension facilities, training, talent, experience and specific education qualifications are required. Next, these employees' day-to-day transactions are recorded in written form. Examples: the workers in insurance companies, educational institutions, bank, armed forces, private companies, government departments are identified as the organized workers. Next, as for unorganized workers, they work in an unorganized sector, means not guided by any rules and regulations, not getting any fixed wages, no tax payment and not getting medicinal facilities, not subject to specific terms and conditions. They do not have any specific hours of work, no pension facilities, special qualifications required. Next, 33rd question. Conservation of soil is essential. Why? Due to the soil erosion, the volume of water percolating down gets reduced. Natural springs dry up. As India is mainly dependent on agriculture, its productivity is reduced. Hence, we want to preserve fertility and productivity of soil. Thus, prevention of soil erosion is essential. Next, 5th main. Answer the following questions in about 8 sentences or points each. Question number 34. Explain the economic and military causes for the first war of Indian independence. The economic causes are: due to the Industrial Revolution in England, Indian industries suffered heavily. Craftsmen became unemployed. Textile and wood industries became sick. People lost their jobs. Cottage industries suffered a death blow. Imposed heavy taxes on Indian goods. Exploitation of farmers. The right given to the taluk to collect tax was withdrawn. Took back the Inam lands. Farmers felt insulted. Farmers experienced financial problems. This led to the revolt of farmers against the government. These are the economic causes. And now military causes. The status, salary and opportunities for promotion that British soldiers enjoyed were not given to the Indian soldiers. Indian soldiers were paid less. Promotion was not given to Indians. Indian soldiers were forced to cross the ocean to serve a foreign land, compelled to use greased cartridges. The religious sentiments of the Indian soldiers were disturbed. The condition of Indian soldiers in the British army was pathetic. These are all the military causes. Next, there is an option for this question, and that question is: explain how British utilized the resources of India during the World War II. India participated in World War II in its own unique way. Indian troops were kept ready. Indian soldiers were used in many wars. intensive training was given, participation of the Indian Army, innovative military training, fight in places like Asia, Malaya, Burma, Iraq, Iran, Syria, North and East Africa, Sicily, mainland Italy, Greece, Crete, Cyprus, Cyrus, Ethiopia, and Somaliland. These are all the places India fought. India was the dividing line between Germany in the west and Japan in the east. India's resources were used for this war. Next, Indian National Congress, the Muslim League, and Azad Hind Fauj by Subhash Chandra Bose participated. Utilized the agrarian products, utilized industrial goods of the war. Ordinary factories upgraded their technology, expanded war-related industrial goods. Production of weapons rose. The Indian Army in defeating the German armed forces during World War II is a high watermark in Indian military history. Next, question number 35. Write the contributions of Krishna Raj Odair IV in framing Mysore as model state. These are the contributions. Interested in spreading education, abolished fees in primary schools, helped girls' education, established Mysore University, established Indian Institute of Science IISc, new railway lines were laid, started small and large scale industries, legislative council was formed, encouraged musicians, art and architecture, developed irrigation, a barrage was constructed across Kaveri near Belagola, started scholarship to students, continuing education in foreign countries, education scholarships to abroad education, established hostels, iron and steel factory, cement factory, paper mills at Bhadravati were created, sugar factory at Mandya, sandal oil factory at Mysore, soap factory at Bangalore, chemical and fertilizer factory at Belagola, and so on were created. Next, Krishnaraja Odair was a simple, natured and efficient administrator. He had a lot of interest towards the fine arts and encouraged musicians like Shyama Shastri. Mysore became a model state due to its administration. Mahatma Gandhiji called him as Rajashri. These are all the contributions of Krishnaraja Odair IV. Next, 36th question. List out the achievements of UNO. UNO has solved many conflicts like Suez Canal crisis and Iran-Indo-Ocean crisis, Arab-Israel crisis, Palestinian, Korea, Hungarian problems, Congo, Cyrus and Namibian problems is settled. Next, UNO worked on disarmament. Next, UNO worked on nuclear disarmament. Cold War ended. UNO prevented the possibility of Third World War by peacekeeping operations and economic and financial achievements, social achievements. These are all the achievements of UNO. 37th question. How is red soil different from the black soil? First, let's talk about black soil. Black soil is also called Regur soil. It is also called black cotton soil. The area of black cotton soil is also called Deccan Trap. It contains more of clay particles. It is fertile and capable of retaining water. This soil is more of lime and magnesium carbonates. It is highly suitable for dry farming. For cotton, jowar, wheat, onion, chili, tobacco, oil seeds, lemons and grapes are the major crops growing in this soil. This type of soil is seen in Maharashtra, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, western areas of Andhra Pradesh and North Karnataka. Next, now let's talk about red soil. Largest area of peninsular plateau is covered with red soil. The major crops growing in this type of soil are ragi, tobacco and oil seeds. Areas having irrigation facility grow paddy, sugarcane and cotton, means excess of water and all these facilities. It is highly suitable for irrigation farming. It is fertile and less capable of retaining water. It can be seen from Kanyakumari in south to Jhansi in Madhya Pradesh in the north. It spreads from Gujarat's Kutch area to Rajmahal Hills in the Jharkhand area. Let's go to last question or last main. In the outline map of India provided to you, mark any 5 among the following. First, it is Lal Bahadur Shastri Reserve, and it is here point A. Next, Ahmedabad, point B. Next, east longitude, here it is, this line is given here. Next, Vishakhapatnam, D. Next, E, oldest port of India, it is below Vishakhapatnam. Next, Banpur, here, and last is Guwahati. This is the complete video of social science model question paper with complete key answers. Thank you for watching this video.